What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here for another video. Today is Friday night at 8. Hey, please don't be too late. Hey, got myself a date. It's gonna be so great. She might be my mate. So, are y'all got dates tonight? Y'all got dates? I need to roll the reefer up, honey. I have doing my thing, just chilling. I didn't even wipe these glasses off, so y'all just gonna have to deal with them. Um, so what is going on? Today is Friday. What do you guys have planned this weekend? This is on the wrong side. I want to put this over here. I want to put this over here. I feel like it's better over here. Hold on. I feel like it just, I don't know why. I feel like it's better over there. Anyway, so y'all can still hear me. And we are down here, girl. I don't have anything to talk about. Just been, perusing the blogs this morning.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Nothing to talk about. Too much to talk about. There is a video that I posted yesterday publicly, but I think it's a video that definitely needs to go behind a paywall because of the content and because of the subject matter being, the Olympics and the trans women thing, and then, the cis and trans thing. I honestly don't think those conversations are on my platform are for the public. So they will be for members only. Those type of conversations, whenever I make a video about those type of conversations, that will be on Patreon and for members. So the video, you probably saw it up, but I moved it off of the public space because no. Um I am interested in having conversations with human beings who want to exit the matrix. I'm not interested in trying to um, go back and forth with Agent Smith or someone enforcing it. If you are someone who wants to learn how to expand your consciousness or expand your awareness of the identities of human beings and learn together because we're all learning. But if you are willing to unlearn, that is what I would love to be around, like, because it makes for more productive conversations if the people in the conversation are willing and ready to learn something new, to unlearn harmful ideas, and to relearn how to accept accept and understand, but also have like real true questions, and going back and forth with someone who is literally holding on to a rose bush bleeding to death, and like and arguing to stay connected to the thorny rose bush. um yeah, I'm not interested. That I'm not interested in holding on to things that are confining, restrictive, and oppressive and repressive. Not interested. It's all about expansion, right? It's all about breaking down. Like when you do, like, I don't know, I'm sure some of you have had a shroom experience or a journey. And for me, in those moments, I could literally see the facade breaking, like the pixels like flipping over, like the pixels just flipping, because knowing that this is all like it's not fucking real, bro. It's not fucking real, bro. So if you are on the consciousness expansion team, then yeah, that's where we are, girl. We're behind the paywall because these conversations are just not for a person with a narrow mind. a repressive, restrictive, confined, narrow mind need not apply. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm out here just doing my thing, living my life like it's golden. I do need to I have just been doing my things, perusing the blogs and stuff. And one of the things that I saw earlier today was Dorit saying that Amanda was full of SHI, and she was and they Kyle is only friends with um PK because she wants to be close. I don't know. She wants to be close to Mauricio, and Mauricio and PK are friends. So you want to try to stay friends with PK to be close to Mauricio. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what is going on, but I do need to watch the latest Beverly Hills episode. So I'll watch that after I make my 2 videos today. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let me know you stopped by. If you're not a member, there's 2 tiers. There's a tier for just channel support, which is 99 cents. And that's, just to show support for the channel. And then there is I believe it's $8. I don't know how much it is. It's if you want to become a member on YouTube, like say, so for instance, people don't have a Patreon. People don't like, I don't want to put another app on my phone. So the same videos that are going to be behind the paywall on Patreon will be behind the paywall on YouTube. Okay. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to be giving. Okay, girl. Okay, so did you like the video yet? Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you like it? All right, y'all. So let's get into what is going on down to the blogs. Now, typically I will go to the Jasmine brand first, but the Jasmine brand, the engagement, it is all dependent on the subject, right? So it just depends on the subject, girl. Let's see. Let me go. I'm on girl. I'm on the Jasmine brand. Here's one of the headlines. Former NBA star Paul Pierce hit with a $30,000 a month child support demand after allegedly fathering a newborn.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
Retired NBA star is hit with a paternity lawsuit for a woman claiming to be the father of her unborn child. A paternity dispute involving former NBA star Paul Pierce is now escalating as the woman suing him is now seeking substantial financial support for their child. Girl, Paul Pierce don't have no money, according to TMZ Sports, unless he did some good investments, and I imagine that he probably did. But Paul Pierce, I don't know. What was you let that old drunk climb on top of you with his breath smelling like brown liquor? Not the good kind, not the good brown liquor breath. Some niggas would have brown liquor breath and it'd be like, oh, yes. But some niggas be having brown liquor breath and you could tell that the back of their teeth is rotten. The back of their mouth is rotten. I don't know. I just made that up. Okay, so Paul Pierce, she wants a substantial financial support for her child. It says Princess Santiago claims Pierce is the father of her newborn and is requesting sole legal and physical custody, along with a monthly child support totaling $29,811. She is also asking the court to award her $100,000 to cover legal fees and is again pushing for genetic testing to confirm paternity. In addition, Santiago wants Pierce to cover half of all reasonable expenses tied to her pregnancy, birth, and post-birth care, which he says amounts to $18,846. And you know what's so funny? The irony of her, like, I want support throughout my pregnancy. If she, like a woman in a relationship with a man, well, that you see the monetary amount of the support that she's saying that she needs. You're not there. If he was in her life, he would not pay anything close to this to support her during her pregnancy, birth, and post-birth care. But she wants $18,846.
The white bitch just looked at that white man dead in the eye and told him, fuck that. Pay me.
I love it. I actually love it. I actually love it. That is what you get. You are not going to be off the hook for having a baby. If you don't want children, sir, have a vasectomy. But they equate a vasectomy to a castration. So they believe that they're a testament to their manhood is their ability to shoot sperm. Just like there's a lot of women who believe a testament to their womanhood is their ability to give birth, even though not all women are able to get birth. But there are groups of women who only believe that their womanhood is solely in line with their ability to give birth. And these men believe the same thing. If I'm unable to get somebody pregnant, I'm not a man. That is how they believe. So they would rather go around, not protect themselves, get babies, and then get bills for those babies. The irony is, if he was in a relationship with her, he would pay nowhere near this amount to support her. That's the irony. Not even married. I'm not even saying if he was married to her, just if they were in a relationship. You know how much men save by being in relationship with women in terms of their money outside of outside of anything, the upkeep, right? You wanting support, financial support for pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. I love it. I love it. Send them motherfuckers an invoice. In her filing, Santiago points out that Pierce earned approximately 195 million to 203 million in total NBA salary during his career from 1998 to 2017. She also claims that Paul has publicly stated that that during his NBA career, he made enough money from endorsements that he would not have to use his NBA salary to pay his expenses or generous expenditures on his family, romantic partners, and family. This isn't about drama or attention, Santiago said previously. Well, girl, pay up, pay the lady. Pay the lady. I'm gonna read some of the comments. That's where I am with it. Pay the lady, honey. Shout out to Dominique Morgan. She's in the chat. She says, bloop. So another comment says, I hate the way Truth went out as he retired. Love him to death, but homie, you too old and you got to leave this legacy mentality behind you. It's like he's trying to hold on to who he was. Sometimes I guess us as men got to learn harsh lessons. And sometimes, why do y'all take the A out of some and? I don't understand that. Because if it's just ND, to me, that says need, not and. But anyways, I guess us as men gotta learn harsh lessons, and seems like he's about to learn with this one. Couldn't happen to a better person, right? Dr. Boyce Watkins with his misogynistic hating ass is in the comments with laughing emojis. How about $10,000 a month? $10,000 a month, 30,000 is to fund Chanel, Birkins, and G-Wagons. Well, he should have worn a condom. I'm tired of you bitches standing in front of these niggas when they are irresponsible, no dick discipline whatsoever. How you 50 years old? Paul Pierce got to be 48. Hey Siri, how old is Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce is 48 years old.
Exactly, 48 years old. Thank you. Bruh, you too old. That's like that comment from that man said, you too old to be doing this. But they don't learn. They don't learn. And I'm looking at her crazy because who the fuck fucks Paul Pierce in 2025?
Would have fucking listened because he got the money.
Girl, after you don't see him on these podcasts, the way he be talking and stuff, when I tell you that nigga is ignorant. Girl, I gotta roll the weed up, honey. Somebody says that's why he's been on these podcasts talking hella shit. He's mad he got caught up. Typical behavior, all that advice, but can't govern himself. But do you hear the advice that he gives? It's horrible. I don't think I've heard Paul Pierce on a podcast give any good advice. And I don't know how, what's her name? Azar sits up there with those men. She's stuck in a time where she still needs validation from these men. Like the questions that she asks them, sometimes she gives them pushback on the clips that I've seen. I don't watch it at all, but on the clips that I've seen, sometimes she gives them pushback, but a lot of the time she's sitting in her male validation needy bag. And girl, that's a horrible look. And being needy of a man is like, it's such a faux pas, girl. You out here looking needy for a man.
Let's work on that.
Speaking of looking needy for a man, you know, Sierra from Love and Hip Hop, you know, she likes to get married every 2 or 3 years. She's married or engaged again. So remember the guy she got married to, and they had the cute little scene out in front of the courthouse. She had like a black veil on. His name is Zay. And I watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta still, and I watch Love and Hip Hop Miami. I think they're being canceled, but whatever. Um, and this guy, basically, she's known for a long time since they were younger. And he asked her to remember, she got all those tattoos. I think he had like a numbing cream or something that they sold together. But she filed for divorce. He asked for a divorce, but she filed. She's the plaintiff on the paperwork. Divorce is great. If you are in a relationship and it's not working, it's not beneficial for neither one of you. You are not feeling the love. Girl, it is not working. That's why divorce is there. So you are not stuck in a relationship that you do not want to be in. That's why the people say the cheers and the screams and popping the bottles for the marriage should be the same cheers and screams and popping the bottles for the divorce. You got out of a situation that wasn't conducive for you. That's a good thing. Always a good thing. Can you imagine being stuck in a relationship with somebody that you don't like anymore?
No, no.
They don't like you. He told her, like, I guess she's not, I don't know. He said, hold on, let me see if I can find it. So shout out to Paul Pierce and his new baby on the way. Pay the lady. That's where I am with it. Pay the lady, Paul Pierce. I was wondering how Mary was doing. It says Mary Cosby officially returns to filming following the unexpected passing of 23-year-old son Robert Cosby Jr. Yeah, I just thought about her yesterday, and I was like, I wonder how Mary is doing. So it says TMZ reports that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star has officially resumed filming for the reality series following the loss of her only child. He passed away in February from what is believed to have been an overdose, though the cause of death has not yet been confirmed. Filming for the show was paused after the news of his death, but earlier this month, the other cast members resumed shooting with Mary's return. The full cast is now back together. A memorial service for Robert was held on March 7th, and several Real Housewives stars were in attendance, including Cynthia Bailey and Sheree Whitfield. Continue to send love and support to Mary and her family. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that she's back to work. That's what I was thinking. I was like, they were filming when that happened, and I wonder if a camera was in her house when that happened. Can you imagine? And if so, would she allow them to show that? Girl, I don't know. Like, not actually show like what happened, but like everything before and after. I wonder if there was a camera up when all of that went down, because apparently he was in the house. So I don't know if she found him. Oh my God, that makes me like my hand. I felt like my hand wanted to start shaking. Like that, I can't. I just can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine that. So I'm glad she's back to work. That's good. That's good that she's back to work. I hope she's doing okay. So shout out to Mary Cosby. Shout out to Mary. Okay, let me get to Sierra. Here it goes.
Trying to divorce you. But I'm also not taking no bullshit. I don't even want to say the names that you call me, Zay. I'm embarrassed to say the names that you call your wife. Do you really with me for real? Do you love me?
I want a divorce. I don't take accountability for nothing. It seems like you can do everything up under the sun and get away with it. I'm saying, like, who the hell you think you is? I was your punching bag for like a year and a half until I finally built up the nuts to even like talk back or even say something back.
If going through what I went through last year is called a punching bag, you going through depression, you on depression pills, you having miscarriages back to back, that's a lot. Baby, you ain't strong enough for me. Now we're at a point where it's like, it's almost like we hate each other. You don't want to come home unless you want to get some. I'm not doing that with you. I'm not one of them girls.
If you're not doing that with me, why you still do it with me? When I come over and try to get some, why you don't tell me no?
I text you when we was arguing, I said,
no more having sex.
Yes, no more and no more having sex. What are we doing? We have real business going on. We got together, we got banking accounts together. I ain't never had no banking account with no motherfucker. I do not want to be with nobody who don't believe me.
Sierra, at the end of the day, it seems like I put all my time into what Sierra wants to do. What about what Zay want to do?
You can't do the same young, dumb, single that your friends do.
Sierra don't take accountability for other people's feelings. She don't do nothing but think about the money. And if a person can't admit when they wrong, it's kind of hard.
Like, I'm not trying to divorce you, but I'm also not taking no bullshit. I don't even want to say the names that you call me, Zay. I'm embarrassed to say the names that you call your wife. Do you really with me for real? Do you love me?
I want a divorce. I finally made my mind up. It's been 2 years. It's kind of like when a person gonna get the picture, it's not gonna work.
You making the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, I just value time to put me first. That's all.
That's fine. I'll give it to you. Because I promised myself, I'm not crying. I'm going to give it to you.
I'll see you later. I finally made my mind up. It's been 2 years. It's kind of like when a person will get the picture, it's not gonna work.
You making the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, I just value time to put me first. That's all.
That's fine. I'll give it to you. Because I promised myself, I'm not crying. I'm going to give it to you.
I'll see you later.
He said,
I'm not trying.
He said, I'll see you later. Remember, she was going through a lot of mental health issues. She was having miscarriages back to back. She was going through a lot. And I don't know if she got on some kind of pills, but she was acting very loopy. I like Sierra. I don't know what it is about Sierra. I don't even know what sign she is. I just like her. I don't know. It's something about Sierra. I don't know what it is about her. I have no idea, but she's the only reason why I really, really keep watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I just find her funny. I find her ambition admirable. But when I tell you she gets married, like, and engaged and married, I don't know how many times Sierra has been engaged. I think Sierra needs to take some time to herself. The way that Zay said, I need some time to myself. They only been together 2 years and they've known each other since they were younger. If I remember correctly, this is the guy that she says she's known for a long time. And he was acting like, I've been waiting for you to to finish dealing with all these niggas to come to me. I've been waiting for you and all this other stuff. And it's just in 2 years now, she's filed for divorce. He wanted divorce. She was like, I'll give it to you. Fine. And then she filed. Why don't you go file, my nigga? You want the divorce. He said he needs to focus on him. Good. Sierra, you need to focus on you, your business. I think I don't know. You could tell me, you guys in the comments, tell me if you are a woman now who has decided to exit out of dating and have, you know, reconciled or come to terms with or feel more comfortable as a solo person, not partnered. How long did you enter in, in and out of, go in and out of relationships before you were like, you know what? I'm actually good. I'm good because it takes more out of you. I remember I remember even like writing in my journal. And lately I've been hearing women have the same kind of um, sentiments where they feel a certain way in when they're in relationships with men that is different from the person they are outside of relationships. I said with men, but outside of relationships, because it doesn't matter. But um, I've heard so many women say that who have been in relationships with men that they like themselves more when they're not in in a relationship. They like themselves more. They show up better for themselves. Um, and I think the way that men are socialized to be in romantic relationships, uh, by and large, doesn't benefit women because they want you to be focused on them. They want you to be centered. Like the things that they like about you and what attracts them to you, once they're in relationship with you, they don't like those things anymore for some reason. And they become jealous. They don't like the ambition. They don't like the business acumen. They don't like how you're a boss, like you're really a boss, and they want you in the relationship to not be this boss person, but then focus on them. Y'all don't realize that when you say, oh, I want a man to do this and this and this and that, you're literally putting him in position to be the head, right? To control the situation. Girl, this, don't tell me again that this thing is, what the fuck? Hold on. Let me put this here. I don't know why this thing is saying. And then hold on. Let me go get my battery pack. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to put my battery pack on. So yeah, so it says Sierra Gates officially files for divorce from her husband Zay after he asked for one on last night's episode, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is Sierra's fourth divorce in the last 10 years. And I think at a point, like that's what I'm saying, like when is Sierra gonna come to the point where you're like this is not it? I don't. I'm either you. I don't know. I don't know what has to happen. And tell me what happened. What was the catalyst for you? For me, I had the final boss. It was a narcissist. And I was like, okay, see, I got it. I got it. Girl, y'all can keep this. This is crazy. I always knew that something was wrong with the whole situation anyway. And this is it. I'm good. I'm not even going to enter into the game because I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play with y'all because y'all are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And that's when I realized, I was like, I actually don't have to participate in this. I've always thought it was strange. I've always thought it was odd. When I was in something, I never felt the same as I did when I was out. I actually felt better outside of these situations. It doesn't make sense. I don't really respect it. I don't think that they're smarter than me. I can never put myself in a position for me to be following behind somebody. It just none of it ever made sense. And then it was finally dealing with a person who was just like weird as hell, like the narcissism. It just was just like, and then that's when I started doing the studying that's when I started understanding. I was like, this is not it. This is not how to be. This is not for me. This is not how to be. This is not for me. This is weird. And I actually I'm not required to participate in it. You know what I'm saying? And so I wonder when Sierra is going to come to the point where she's like, you know what? I don't have to participate in this. I actually feel better about myself. I'm more healthy, more mentally clear, physically healthy, mentally healthy, financially healthy, when there's not a source that is designed to extract asking to be the center of my world. That just doesn't make sense. So y'all let me know when it happened for you, if you are on that course or on that path. Are you almost to that point? Have you totally decided like this is not for me? I've tried it too many times. Like I said, she's like fourth divorce in 10 years. Girl, when and see, as a person, like a people, women who are like pick me's, male centered, it's almost like they don't know. It's like a codependent identity. They don't know how to exist without somebody being next to them. They don't know how to exist without somebody being in their bed, which is unfortunate. And I think that women should spend ample time alone and solo on in their life experience. You should spend an ample amount of time solo, you know, um, so that you can realize you're like, I don't know. So you could just have like better realizations. I don't know. I don't know. Let's read some of the comments. Um, okay. So the divorce paper says Sierra Thomas and Xavier. His name is Xavier Thomas. Petitioner comes now, the petitioner and the above styled action by and through the attorneys, blah, 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 files a petition for divorce with no minor children and shows the court the following facts. Wife is now and for more than 6 months immediately to the filing of this petition. Here too has been the resident of Fulton County, Georgia. Respondent, husband, also a resident and therefore subject to jurisdiction of this court. Wife and husband were lawfully married August 17, 2024. They didn't even make it 2 years. That's crazy. And have been in a bona fide state of separation since July 17th of 2025. Wife shows that there are no minor children born of this marriage, and the wife is not pregnant with child of this marriage. And I'm telling you, I think Sierra had 3 miscarriages. And I'm sorry. I know the scientific part of the miscarriage thing, but I believe on a spiritual level, there is something to be said about a woman with a man, and she can't hold the baby. She can't. I believe on a spiritual level that it's a sign, like this would be a connection between you and this person, not forever, because just because I had a baby with some fucking man doesn't mean I'm forever connected to him. Get the fuck out of here. But you're going to have a connection to him, and this will be the connector, right? For however long, because she could have a baby, he could be gone, never be connected to the baby at all. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be connected to this man forever because you have a baby. The truth of the matter is, her having so many miscarriages back to back, to me, should have been a sign. Like, I think we look at our bodies and we're like, oh my God, I'm a woman in a patriarchy. What have I done wrong again? My body. What did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? I'm so wrong. My body this and my body's so wrong, and it's wrong and it's wrong. And that's what the part of the system does to you as a woman, right? I'm supposed to be able to do this. Why can't I do this, right? And I don't know if anybody who has ever had a miscarriage and then the relationship breaks down with the person, did you look back at it like, oh, that was kind of like a protection? That was literally me not having this baby protected me from being connected to this man. Now I can get a divorce and it's just poof, I'm gone. I don't have to custody, child support, none of that stuff. I don't have to be connected. And that, what a blessing it was to, although it was a traumatic experience, but it was like a blessing in disguise that you were not able to conceive with said man. We have seen it over and over again. Women are with a man, have miscarriage, 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 get with another man, pop up pregnant, boop, just like that, not even trying. And that's why, and when I say not even trying, it's so funny because I hear this conversation. Hold on. I hear this conversation about single child free women saying it takes more thought and more preparation to be a single child free person than a lot of people who are parents. The majority of pregnancies are unplanned. The majority of them are. And, I agree with the single child free, with the child free women who are like, yeah, it takes more to plan not to have children than it does to get pregnant and have a baby, right? And we always see it when we see these bad parents who are like, girl, just because your body can do it doesn't mean you should. You understand what I'm saying? But for a lot of women, they've accepted this idea that in order for me to solidify my womanhood is to have a baby, and that's just not it. But I'm glad that Sierra, like, okay, I'm not gonna cry, I'm gonna divorce, girl, this is my fourth marriage, I'm cool, right? And that's just it. So good for her. I'm all for getting a divorce. I want to read some of the comments. First comment, everything about him says rainbow emoji. Can she see? And I think there are certain groups of women who just cannot accept a man not wanting to be with you. Just because a man doesn't want to be with you doesn't mean that he's gay, sweetie. Right? Just because a man drinks through a straw doesn't mean that he's gay. And that's the reason why y'all actually deal with men who are not comfortable in sharing their lives with you, because you yourself put so many restrictions on how men show up in their manhood that they're just like, girl, why would I even share with you anything? You look at me crazy because I drink through a straw. You could just tell he's gay. How come you can't tell the DL niggas then? How come you can't tell them? How come you have to go to somebody else to get somebody to tell you that? If you could tell everybody is gay, right? The niggas that don't want you, the niggas that talk shit to you, the niggas that are mean to you, the niggas that mistreat women, you think they all gay, then how come y'all can't find the DL niggas then? If all the other niggas is gay, you could tell he gay, he gay, he gay, he gay, he gay, he gay. They gay.
Yeah, what are they coming to church doing? Being gay. Yeah, you gotta come to him being gay. Bring a little gay spirit in him.
Sierra and Carly are two women that need to love themselves first before getting into another relationship that isn't about love. Carly Red, I actually think that there's a mental illness related to why she jumps from relationship to it's something that's just not well with her. And I hope she doesn't. I hope, like, Carly Red is like 52 years old, 53 years old. I wonder when she is going to come to the realization, like, you know what, this is actually, all the relationships that I've been in have traumatized me. And I don't know. I don't know if it's this thing where you feel like you have to endure some sort of trauma and pain to make it real or something. I don't know. I don't know why Carly does that. Sierra, the same thing. I don't understand why women do that. It's just almost like they just their existence means nothing without a man next to them. And it's just so unfortunate to walk through life like that. And there's so many women like that, literally so many women like that. And when you come across a misogynistic, abusive man, you cannot scapegoat and say that he's gay, right? If he's drinking through a straw. I'm telling you, you guys do a lot, women do a lot of contributing to subcultures of people not revealing who they are. Y'all do a lot of work. Not the men just don't do the work on other men. Y'all do a lot of work on men, like women do. Not y'all, but y'all over there. Um, Not I'ma see you later. Lord Jesus, she should have waited. I feel like they were moving too fast in the beginning. I don't believe shit on TV, but outside of this, I like her. Girl, the court documents are right there. Anyway, I know divorce lawyers love to see her coming. Her voice is so raspy now. I wonder what changed. Maybe she's doing a lot of screaming. Well, if this is the same guy that said he could see why Kirk picked Jasmine while standing right next to you, I mean, yeah, he did. He was like, "Oh, I could see why Kirk picked you." Jasmine was like, "Oh, girl." Girl, what? She needs not to get married no more. Wait, Shooter, Eric, Zay, and who else? I think his name is BK. No, she didn't marry BK. That man chased her for years too. This is another Erica and Safari type of situation. No, it's not. I don't think I will ever see Sierra climbing putting a fucking ladder on a garage gate, a gate to a house and climbing over it. I don't think we will ever see Sierra doing no shit like that. Every time I think about Safari and Erica, I think about the preferences who we have all come to accept that the preferences don't get preferential treatment, but they like to position themselves in a way where they feel like they're better than, and then they get the worst stuff, and then you out there looking like Skeletor because he done drained your entire life force, and you thought you was better. You thought you were better. You thought you were going to get better treatment. You fell for the old fucking banana in the tailpipe, bitch. That you thought a man was going to treat you better than the women who look like him. Every time I think about Safari and Erica, I think about preferences, realizing, bitch, we don't get any preferential treatment. And I've bolstered myself up against other women who are black and made myself feel like I was on this pedestal for these black men, and they treat us worse than they treat the black women. Worse, sir, having babies with them. They don't want to take care of the babies. They watch a speaker fall on the baby. Something fell on the little baby, a guitar or something, and Safari was just looking at her. Didn't even like move in an attempt to like keep, to save her or to protect her. He just looked at her. I was like, ugh. But every time I see them, girl, Erica and Safari is not. That was crazy. Yikes, he's a user. He always has been. He seems sweet, like sugar sweet. People really don't take marriage serious these days because it's not a serious thing. It's not really, it's like, girl, give me a break. But you got people who enforce rules that restrict, and that's what it is. Somebody says, I peeped Zay's motive a while ago, right around when he started getting messy, spilling everyone's tea and making unnecessary comments. This wasn't random. He was just trying to secure his spot on the show without Sierra being on his storyline, being his only storyline. And he did it at her expense, using info about her friends that she trusted him with in her marriage. On top of that, he comes off like he's gaslighting her and secretly intimidated by her. That's what I said, because she's the breadwinner. I said what attracts them to you, they end up hating about you, resenting about you, because you have something that they want, and they get close to you and then they realize, I actually can't take that from her. This is something that is just authentic to her. I wanted to take that shine. I wanted to take that light, but I can't. It's like embedded in her. So now I start to hate her. You see that happen in all types of dynamics of relationships with people, not just intimate. You see that between friends. You see that with people who befriend people who they see a light and they see something in you and they want to get close to you because they feel like they can, y'all call it destiny swapping, but they feel like they can get some of that light to shine on them. And they're just like, oh shit, that's like authentically who that person is. I can't take anything from them. So now I hate you. She's the breadwinner. She had the platform before him. And instead of supporting that, it feels like he's been trying to humble her to shift the power dynamic in his favor. Oh, and I want a divorce threats. That's not love. That's him scrambling to gain control. especially knowing that the public backlash she faced with relationship. It's like he's trying to use that to keep her in position where he has the upper hand. Her energy has clearly shifted since being with him. Even from this clip alone, you can pick up on at least verbal disrespect. When she started calling it out, he had no real defense, jumped straight to divorce before she could expose too much. I've been watching. It's obvious he wasn't genuine from jump. He's using her platform to build himself up while breaking her down. That's not a partner, that's a play. And she tagged Sierra. This was a good comment. And not one time did she call the nigga gay, right? Y'all be trying to use that as a scapegoat because for some reason you got to place another label on this man, because if you don't, then that means that you'll have to accept that these men are showing up like that and they're not gay. He didn't look at her and he didn't look like her speed anyway. She was so busy calling people out about their marriage, but her marriage is falling apart all along, girl. Well, I'm glad that she got out of it. We love divorces around here, and I support people getting a divorce. So that's where we are with it. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let's see. I didn't know Tank and Tyrese had a versus last night. Okay, so remember we talked about Pinky Cole. There was a report after she did the bankruptcy skits and stuff like that. There was a report that came out after that saying that she was about to lose her house, but because of the type of bankruptcy she filed, she wasn't. They weren't supposed to seize her house because she had a payment plan. And so now here's a report back saying she wins her court battle to regain possession of her property after it was seized by a creditor. Her lawyer argued that the creditor clearly violated the automatic stay, which goes into effect immediately once a bankruptcy petition is filed. This protection prevents any creditor from seizing personal property. The court sided with Pinky after the creditor failed to appear in court. So she got a default judgment. Well, that's good for her. So she does not have to leave her home. Somebody said nobody should be able to lose their home. Good for her. Child, this ain't nothing but a classy version of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, so and what? What now? Didn't she say Angela should have bought her foreclosed home? That didn't age well. Oop. This reunion should be good, and the season ain't even start yet. I have hope. Y'all know nothing about business. You can penny pinch and one lawsuit will take you out. Ain't nobody renting that little house. Are you paying my girls? This is ridiculous. Somebody tagged Bravo. Are you paying her? Because, girl, what is going on? Girl, I did not know that Nia Long had a stalker. It says judge denies Nia Long's restraining order against a female stalker who claims they were dating. I'm telling you, these people are nuts. And that's what every time I think about y'all giving to that nuts GoFundMe, I'd be like, y'all really, girl, y'all gonna be on Netflix. they gonna scroll that damn what do you call it? You know, when on GoFundMe, when you could post and you could see the people's names, they gonna show your name. They're gonna show your name. You gave to a nut. Girl, what? That's when I feel like that's when you have to reevaluate. If you gave money to a person who's stalking a person, girl, what the fuck? It is really time to reevaluate your life because these people are nuts. That would be like y'all going to this stalker's page and giving money to them so that they can keep harassing Nia Long. Nuts. That's what y'all did with Naquan. The silence. He could call the DL silencer because he ain't whispering no more. Somebody else is whispering in his ear while he's bent over that damn cot. No? Oh. From Gay Magazine, it says this week reports confirm that Hollywood royalty Nia Long is facing a terrifying reality. A female stalker convinced that they're in a committed relationship, but even after a literal arrest at the front door, a legal system is telling Nia to wait for protection. We're diving into the erotomania. Remember we talked about that the other day? You thinking that you're in a relationship with that person. It says we're diving into erotomania and gender shield protecting predators and why protect Black women seems to stop at the courthouse steps. In the world of Black Hollywood, Nia Long is more than an actress. She's a cultural icon, navigated her career with a level of transparency that feels like a warm embrace, almost like your favorite auntie, if you will. But lately, that warmth has been met with a chilling reality. Reports surfaced this week that Long is locked into a terrifying legal battle with an alleged stalker. This is yet another situation that highlights the dangerous gap between celebrity visibility and actual security, right? When you think about T.S. Madison and Dio Whisper and Dominique and Cherry and all of those people that he was stalking, I cannot believe I'm when I tell you I have never thought it's not on my bingo card. I would have never thought that I would see a collective of the most educated, because you can tell these motherfuckers, if you are an educated person and you gave money to a stalker to harass another person, I don't give a fuck what their identity is. You gave money to a person to stalk that was stalking and was arrested for stalking another person, saying they wanted to see the person dead. And you gave money to that. I am never letting y'all live that down. I'm gonna mention it whenever it is appropriate. According to the legal documents obtained on March 23rd, Long filed a temporary restraining order in Los Angeles against a woman identified as Carrie McDonald, who allegedly claims they're in a romantic relationship. Nuts. As the news made its way through the morning cycle, the details have become increasingly grim. Here at Gay Magazine, we often discuss the beauty of parasocial relationships, which is the way we feel connected to icons who mirror our lives back to us. But there's also a dark side to that mirror. Carrie McDonald's alleged fixation on Nia Long is a textbook case of erotomania. Erotomania. Wow. Which is a term used to describe situations where an admirer convinces themselves that a public figure is sending them secret signals of love. The report detailed how this wasn't just a series of stan tweets or harmless fan mail. She's been stalking her for 2 years. This is crazy. But let it have been a white woman, she would have got full protection in a documentary on Netflix. Anybody that's been stalked can attest how scary that is and how fast it can escalate. Hope she appeals this decision and arms herself, because girl, you gotta go. You can't. You gotta go. That's crazy. So hopefully Nia Long has like some security, so that this person can't get close to her. She's not been granted her temporary restraining order. And so, yeah, so because they denied her temporary restraining order, I guess she's just going to have to beef up security, because that's very scary, you know? I don't know if anybody has ever been stalked before. You don't even have to be a celebrity for some weirdo to start stalking you. Like, and then the way they be stalking you, they stalk you online and then they try to find out who you are. And then y'all pump them up to go drive by the person's house that they're stalking. It's terrible. It is terrible, terrible, terrible. So hopefully Nia Long has beefed up her security and she is safe, because I just, it's scary. It has to be very scary for her. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to come back for another video. I'm really glad that it's Friday. feeling really good. Go ahead and like the video on your way out. Thank you for your support. Come over to Patreon and see some of the videos that I've posted over there. I'll be posting more over there so that we can talk about things and actually expand our consciousness in a space where people want to do that, right? On several different topics. So take care of each other, protect your energy, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll get down in the comments. Peace.